Hey, ma'am. You silly girl. Oh, really? Your ball's under the bed. Ma'am. Hey, whoever's out there. Hey, you guys. Hi. I'm back. Hey, ma'am. Oh. Hey, ma'am. I have company in the room. Miss Grace is with us. Come here, baby girl. She's not interested. How you guys doing? Glad you guys are here with me. I wanted to come on here. There's about 8 of us, so I don't want to belabor the point. As people come in, that will be good. We'll just continue to move forward. But I wanted to come in and just give an update, just chat for a little bit and see how everybody was doing. Just let everybody know that I'm doing well. I'm going to take my glasses off because it's difficult. Hey, Yolanda, good to see you. Oh, well, thank you for watching. We're so glad that you do watch. We hope you find something helpful on our channel. We're glad to see you. Hey, Corey, thank you. I feel good. I feel really good, actually. We are now, what, almost maybe 10 or 11 days post-surgery. So I feel really, really good. Today wasn't the best day I've had, but I feel better overall. So I think I'm just going to be improving as time goes along. So for those of you who are just joining me, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm glad that you're here to hang out with us for a little while. The kids are somewhere out there. It's no telling. We just ate supper, and so they are somewhere. But I have not been on camera a lot. I have filmed some things, but with me being post-surgery, I was not looking my best. So Alana has filled in for me for quite a few videos, and I am doing the Weight Watchers videos, but that's really just my voice. You rarely have seen my face. This is kind of one of my first appearances outside of the mini bedroom makeover that we did. I think that went up this week. So I'm glad you're here. Just wanted to update you guys as to how I was doing post-surgery. I've had quite a few questions. Oh, I do want to talk about the surgery. I want to talk about Vlogmas, the 12 days of Vlogmas. I want to talk about, there was something else, and it just went off my mind. I can't remember what it is. I'm going to be doing another review video that'll be coming up hopefully next week. So be looking for that. I am out of work for about 6 weeks is what we're calculating that I will be out of work. Although I'm still working from home because I'm still having to upload things for my students and grade papers and different things like that. So quite a few of you have asked me, what did I have surgery on, or did I miss what you had surgery on? And I did not specifically mention what I had surgery for. I have had a lot of issues with my knee, and at one point we thought that I was going to have like a torn meniscus. So I did have an MRI for that earlier in the year. And it turns out after I had the MRI that everything in my knee looked well. And I changed a few things in my diet, so there really has not been a lot of swelling in my knee. I apologize. That's a nervous habit. I'm not tired. So there's not a lot of swelling now in my knee, but that turned out not to be the issue. The issue that I have had and that I was having and have had since I was about 10 years old is I have very, very, very heavy cycles. And so just, I mean, we're talking 31 years of just heavy cycles. Lots of, I mean, that probably is TMI, but a lot of stuff. I've had microscopic endometriosis. I've had a couple other things. So I had a partial hysterectomy done. And I'm glad to be up to, Wanda. Good to see you. Two Tuesdays ago on November 28th, the doctors did... Okay, well, see you later. I'm doing good. Had scheduled me for that, and it's been scheduled since August, probably before August, but I have put off the surgery for quite a while. Whenever he went in to do that, we had talked about doing a bladder repair. I knew I had some damage in there just from having several children. I have 4 children and a fur dog. And I knew that I had some issues that I was just going through that over the last 10 years have progressively gotten worse. And I put off the surgery for a very, very long time. And so when it just got to a point where there was nothing else I could do on my end to try to help my circumstances, it was just time. And my specific OB/GYN did not perform the surgery, but they all work in the same group. And so I have seen that doctor before through several pregnancies and different things. So he was well aware of my chart. My very first exploratory surgery, which was about 13 years ago, all of that was in the charts. And that doctor, whom I really loved and adored, had left. Thank you, ma'am, Melinda. I'm glad you're doing well. And it's only about 11 days post-surgery. So every day I'm getting stronger and I feel better. I still do have a little bit of pain, not a lot, a little bit of pain, but I'm managing it with just ibuprofen and Tylenol. I'm not a pill person. I do not have no appreciation for the taking of medicine, although I know that I need to take it if I hurt. Hey, Ellie, good to see you. So I'm just trying to manage. I do generally have a very high pain tolerance, but this was right up there. Hey, Tiffany, good to see you. This was some intense pain right after I came out of the surgery. So I'm glad to say that it is all well. My sister was able to go with me, and she was able to stay with me. We had originally planned that she would come over and stay with the children after the surgery was done. But I'm very thankful that she was able to come and stay with me at the hospital because I needed that support, and she was there for me, and we made other arrangements for the kids and the dog, and it just worked out real well. So I only stayed in the hospital one night, came home the next day. And I have been pretty much on bed rest. I get up. I am not a rester. I have to be moving and doing some things. And I understand that my body needs time to heal. So I'm not just constantly going. But if I get a good 15 minutes where I'm feeling good and I can get the kids moving, then that would be my preference than for me to just kind of lay there all day and not do anything. So for the most part, I'm doing good. I still have a little bit of residual bleeding, not anything really bad or that I'm worried about. And yeah, the kids and I are doing well. I am enjoying being home with them. Byproduct of the surgery is that I'm out for about 6 weeks, and it was planned specifically during this time because of the how our break runs, and because I have break in December, and then there was a little bit of break in November. I wasn't losing too much of my work time. I do have some time that I could take off, but I didn't want to have to lose too much of my time in case I needed some later for the kids or if they get sick or anything. So this was specifically planned, and so that my insurance benefits didn't roll over again and start over in January, because I scheduled it so far out. He was able to fit me in right at the end of November. So it all worked out really well. I'm not losing any benefits at work. I'm not losing anything other than just being there with my students. I'm really not one to not be at school. Hey, Carolyn, good to see you as well. I'm doing good. Good to see you. So that was pretty much the surgery in a nutshell. We had planned to do. Oh, I love that. The plates, yes. Get those deals. Let me talk about that really quickly. Tiffany was just referencing that she had gotten some plates and they're sitting at her dinner table, but nobody is allowed to sit there. So if you are like me, very budget conscious or budget savvy, I'm always trying to find a deal. Last year, I had met specifically a group of women They were in a homeschool group that I'm a part of. I've been a part of the group for about 4 or 5 years, but because I am a not 4 years, but because I'm a non-traditional homeschooler, meaning I work full-time and I homeschool full-time, and I don't keep the same hours as the normal homeschool mom. I'd never been able to make the park dates and the play dates and the meetups, and and I'm always saying, y'all keep reminding me and keep inviting me. I'm gonna make it one day. And so last year, through a series of events, one of the moms hosted a ladies' clothing and home goods swap. And so the premise is this: you look around your house for gently used items that you still, that have good life, that you would wear, but you just don't love anymore. And for every one item you bring, you get a ticket to swap out for one item. So we went, it was in her home. She had snacks and hot chocolate, and it was a lovely, lovely event. Well, this year, it just became so much bigger than what her house was, because last year we were in the living room, we were in the kitchen, we were in the dining room. They had some clothes over here in this office, and I mean, we were just spread out everywhere. So it was no more room to grow in that house. So they actually held it at a separate building, and you had to register. And so when the kids and I were just getting stuff together, and of course, here I am recovering from surgery, almost didn't go. I was like, I don't know if I feel like this. Then I told Alana, I said, if you go with me to help me carry my things, that will help me out. So she got dressed, I got dressed. We found a lot of I had some shoes, I had scarves and some jewelry pieces. Jackson gave me a ton of little Matchbox toys that he doesn't play with anymore. We had a ton of stuff. I took a blender over there. I mean, it was crazy. So we get there and she's looking at all this stuff and she's like, okay, we're going to give her 60 tickets. So it was supposed to be for every 2 items this year, you get 1 ticket. So I got 60 tickets. And I started going through and looking at what the other, what was out, which is other people who came to the swap. They brought their things as well. And I started finding just gems. I have wall pieces. I got 2 wing club chairs that I'm going to recover and use in my living room. Hey, good to see you. It's already Tuesday. Well, it's Monday night here, so I know we're a little bit of a time difference. Thank you for joining us. And I got a coffee table that I have been needing. So I'm mentioning that to say a lot of people around the Christmas season don't typically have a lot. And what I have been a victim of is not feeling like I didn't have enough for my kids. Oh, well, good for you. Man, the kids have another week in school, and then we'll be out until the 1st of January. So I always feel like I never have enough for my kids, even though my kids never ask me. They don't ask me for a lot of things. Jackson asked for something this year, but they never ask. So I have felt in the past that I didn't have enough for them. And over the years, God has been faithful. He's always been faithful. So I don't feel that way anymore. But I know there's a lot of people out here during this season of the year who tend to, there was some awesome stuff in that haul, who tend to really feel down in the dumps. They can't provide for their kids. They don't have enough for this. Or I have to go to this family event and we got to have a gift for Bob and Bill and Brenda and Becky and then all their little kids. And you just got to have all this stuff. And you don't have enough money to make it. So what I felt like when I was at that swap was I could go there and I began to see little things. And a lot of the items were brand new or they were new to me. And then the people I had in mind, I knew wouldn't mind a thrifted gift because they know I'm doing the best that I can. Not that any of those gift items any of those items I got will be thrifted gifts. We just gave things to people that we felt like could use them. I was telling one mom yesterday, I said, oh man, I saw all these trains and I almost picked them up for your little boy because her little boy does trains. So I'm saying that to say, if you find it difficult to do your living room in the spring because you don't have spring decor, or you see all these YouTubers pulling out their fall decorations and you don't have fall decorations, get together with a couple of ladies that you trust, that you know they're pretty much, you know who they are, or you run in the same circles, I knew this lady. We're not tight or anything, but I know her from homeschool, and we have interacted before, and we've had conversations. So she knew me, I knew her. And bring your things together with one another. Who knows what you're saying? Hey, I don't love this anymore. I could love it. I'll love it. Let me love it for you. And it's just a way to renew and to turn over the things in your home or your wardrobe. Who can afford clothes these days sometimes with the way prices are, unless you thrift shop like I do. And most of all of my things come from the thrift store. Probably 99.9% of my things now do come from the thrift store. But I feel like that's a great way to share the love. I feel like it's a really... my child. I feel like it's a great way to, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Glad you're with us. I feel like it's a great way to refresh. It's a great way to also make people feel like they're valuable. Like your one item that you feel like nobody is going to want, somebody's going to love that item. And then you're going to get to look around and take your time and, you know, find something that you really can love and take it home to your house. Maybe you can't afford a shopping spree, but you can go to the swap and shop and have just as much of a shopping spree as I did. I brought home some major pieces. If you have not seen that video, please check my channel. It is a little bit lengthy. That's what I mean, I've got some plates. I'm going to have a friend of mine look those up. If you realize that what you have is something of value, maybe that was God's provision for you. Maybe he's given you, maybe he didn't drop money in your banking account, but he gave you something that you fairly traded with someone else. And maybe you can, you know, recoup that. You can sell that on eBay or Google Marketplace or something. I don't know how, you know, who are we to say that God is not using some avenue to bless us? Because a friend of mine, now that you mention it, she was so excited. She texted me. She's like, Shakema, look at this bag I found. She was at the Goodwill. She found a purse for $1.99. She went home and looked that purse up. That purse was valued over $700. And she struggles with money, and she has little kids. It's Christmas. She's not going to be able to do what she wants to do. They struggle to make the bills. So look at God providing that for her in the Goodwill. She paid her $2 for that item. She just happened to look it up, and she's now going to sell that for her family. If she makes $4, she's doubled her money. That was a good thing for her to do. Now, I'm not an advocate of, I am not a seller of things. That's not how I roll. I will find your things and let you sell them, but I can't get my mind to wrap around it. But one of these days I am. But God wants to give us blessings in any area. So don't look at something and think it's not a blessing, because it could very well be. You don't know the diamonds in the rough that you would find. So anyway, the swap and shop was a good idea. If it's just you and a friend, if it's just you and your sister, if it's you and your cousin and your brother, baby mama, whoever it is, just get together. You know, hey, if you don't have food, don't worry about it. You can at least do a pot of coffee or maybe a cup of tea or something, and just some nice music, and let people come over. It's a way to be social. It's a way to make friends and make connections, especially in this season. If you know people who are in the doldrums, call them up and say, hey, come on over to my house. I'm having something and I want you to come. Hey, I don't have anything to bring. Listen, I got 3 extra things. You can have my 3 extra things. I'm going to leave them outside the door in a red bag. You pick them up. Let people have their dignity. That way, you know, they're not feeling like they're freeloading or whatever, and they didn't have anything to bring to the table. You have one. You have. If I have something and you're my friend and you don't have anything, you have something to bring to the table. Because I'm gonna give you some of my stuff. I'm gonna give you my good stuff so you can feel good about yourself. So do that for people. So that was the surgery, the swap and shop, which was excellent for my life. Vlogmas. The kids and I had really planned to do Vlogmas. I wanted to do it. I was gung-ho to do it. And then the surgery happened, and I didn't bounce back as quickly as I thought that I would. So with that being said, I couldn't do from Thanksgiving to Christmas Day. That's out totally. But I'm going to try to do the 12 days of Vlogmas. The kids and I are going to try. And when my older kids come home, I'll have a lot more footage. My older kids are coming. My mom is coming. And so we'll have a lot more things to vlog about. And the kids will be their antics. The grand dog is coming as well. So we're going to have 2 dogs in this house and a whole lot of people. There'll be a lot of food and fun and fellowship and just different things going around. So we're going to try to get our first video out on Thursday. Yes, we have to find a way to help people. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason that we exist, and it is to help other people. The Bible tells us, and I felt really like I haven't been saying as much about the Lord as I need to. This channel is 8 in all. There's 8 of us that live in this house. The Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost make up 3. But the Bible tells us that Jesus went about doing good. And if I don't do anything else, if I don't preach another message, if I don't visit another church, if I don't go to another lady, whatever, Jesus went about doing good. So I want to find something I can do good for somebody. It is nothing for me to call you or text you, hey, do you have one of these? Because I see one and I'm about to get you one if you need this. Now, that's not to toot my own horn, because I really don't care for the recognition. I do care that it's something I know you need or something you communicated and I can get it for you. Because, see, I wasn't always in that situation. I couldn't always come out of my pocket and do for people. Others were doing for me for a very, very long time. And I always asked the Lord to give me seed so that I could sow it into good ground. And God has been faithful in that. So look around, see what you got. Just invite a few friends over. It's not too late. You know, I found the baby push stroller. I was like, okay, this is for somebody's child. And then we found a couple other little things. I was like, oh, I'm going to give this to so-and-so and this. You know, I have big plans for all those big furniture pieces that I saw. But if I know that somebody needs something, then it doesn't matter what I feel like it should do in my house, then I'm going to give it away. I bought a, here's me, I bought a 9-foot tree from the Goodwill. Cost me $29 for a 9-foot tree. So excited. I have 12-foot ceilings in my living room, only in that area. And I had the 6-foot tree that I normally had. And I put it on Facebook. Hey, does anybody need a tree? Immediately got a response. Single mom, 2 kids, just not there, you know, didn't have the finances or the funds. I said, listen, come over. I just had the surgery. Come over, get this tree. And she left with the tree. But we do things excellently. When you do something, make sure you go above and beyond what you could ever think that you would do. There probably were some things that I didn't need to give away. But I gave her the tree. I gave her a tree skirt. She got all of my good white lights that I was going to use on my tree next year. And all my good balls that I didn't use on the tree this year. So I'll be going out and buying some other things just to do what I want to do for my stuff next year. But it made me feel good that those kids would wake up and have their Christmas tree. And they wouldn't feel some type of way. You know how kids are mean. Kids are mean. They'll go to school and say, hey, what you getting for Christmas? We're not getting anything. Kids are mean. And I was not on my watch. Not while Shakema could do it. Now, if that was all we had, I wouldn't have given my kids stuff away. But I had found that other one, and it was no problem to do that. So, back to Vlogmas. We are going to try to do 12 days. That will start on either Wednesday or Thursday up until Christmas Day. We are hosting Christmas breakfast here. If you have not seen my mimosa bar set up, go look at that video as well. You do not have to go all out for people. You don't. But what I want to encourage all of us to do this year, and as we move further into next year, look around for those people who don't have anybody. They don't have anybody, no family. They're new to your job. They just moved here. Their family is long away. It's just them. Is the Lord tugging at your heart to offer them something? Hey, why don't you come over to our house for dinner? If you don't want to do dinner, come over for dessert. Okay, I will. come over for dessert. If you're not doing a big dinner, most people don't do a big dinner anymore. They go to mama's house or grandmama Nim's or whatever. But hey, listen, I'm not going to be rude and invite somebody to somebody else's home. But I will say, hey, at my house about 7 o'clock, come over, we're having coffee and dessert, because that's what I do. But as most of you know, if you saw my budget video, we now do Christmas breakfast because we are a split family, meaning my ex-husband and I are not together anymore. So I have the kids on Christmas. That's my holiday. Traditionally, Thanksgiving is his holiday, but somehow he always seems to pop in and or call and say, hey, can I see the kids? Now he has had to drive a long way, and I'm not going to be that individual that says no, you can't. But before, it would bump into my dinner plan. So we've totally switched. We've done this years ago. And now we do a breakfast. So about 11 or 12, I always ask him, give them enough time to play with their stuff and do what they want to do and sleep in and, you know, grab their showers late. I don't want them to be rushed with their things. And then if he wants to take them to his family or, you know, just around in town where we live and just do things with them because he doesn't see them quite often, then that is what we do. So this year we're having my coworker. He is not from the area. He's from Baltimore. And so he has no family here. He's been here a good while. He does have good friends here, but he has not any family. So he's coming and he's bringing his mom. He's going to pick her up next Friday. And he and Miss Sheila are going to come over and just hang out with us for the morning. And I think it's so good, and I'm so thankful that I'm able to open up my home. I remember one time my ex-husband asked me, he said, if you could have any type of house you wanted, what kind would it be? And I said to him with a straight face, and I remember it like it was yesterday, and I still feel this way now, one that people could come to. Doesn't matter how big it is, how tall it is, how many rooms there are, although I would like to have enough rooms for people to just come and chill and stay. I just want people to feel welcome. Even if you just come for 5 minutes, I want you to feel welcome in this space. So that is what we're doing for Christmas breakfast. Please reach out, find somebody. You know people, you hear things. You go to church with folks, you work with folks, and you know they can't get home this summer. The nature of my son's job keeps him pretty much in this area, but he works with a lot of young men who cannot get to their families. And so every Thanksgiving and every Christmas, I tell him, you bring as many of those people as you can. We'll send a meal to them. We'll pack up boxes and send stuff to them. It is not right that anybody should be by themselves on the holidays because, you know, who wants to be by themselves? So anyway, what else did I want to update you guys on? Homeschool's going really well. Last year we struggled. Me and Alana. We butted heads about homeschool, and it was like, I'm going to pull my hair out if you don't get this, and she was not getting it, and we would struggle all day long to just get homeschool done. And I'm a teacher, and you should not be struggling with homeschool. And this year, I think she's grown a little bit. Her birthday's in January, so she'll be 14. She's grown a little bit, and she understands if we can just get what we need done, then we're not going to be behind. If we get ahead, that's great. But if we can just get a little bit of what we need done, then we're going to be set. I'm happy to say she is not behind on any of her assignments. She's got straight A's. She is doing this. It's hard for her some days. She probably struggles out of all of my children. All of the other 3 academics comes very easily to them. With Alana, she does have a little bit of, it's harder for her. Math is not her thing. She does struggle a little bit. But she's doing good. So I'm thankful to be home for these 6 weeks to help her get on a good, you know, good feet. Jackson doesn't need mom. Doesn't need me at all. But, you know, with Alana, and it's building our relationship with one another. She is 14. She still needs her mom. She needs me to be very present in her life, as well as Jackson does. But, you know, at 14, she's still very volatile. So I'm thankful to be here for this time. Weight Watchers. So if you've been following me for any length of time, you know I was using an app called I Track Bites to track my smart points. And right up until they just came out with the freestyle program, the points were very similar. I was getting 30 points, 42 weekly points. It was all the same. When Weight Watchers switched over to doing the freestyle program, you now get 23 points and you have 42 weekly points, and then you have, oh, you can roll over points. You can roll, I'm about to roll over some points, y'all. Hey now, you can roll over points. You can roll over points up to 4 points a day. So because I had asked in the iTrack Bites group on Facebook if the program, if the app was going to be updated with the Weight Watchers, and they said no, it was going to take a couple of months, and I would have to be doing all that figuring out in my head and then writing it down. I felt like, okay, I've got to do something because I don't want my weight loss to stall. So I went online to the Weight Watchers website and decided to join online only. I'm not going to meetings. Online join price was $19.95 a month, and they were giving away 1 free month. So the very first month, which December for me, I got for free. So the way I'm going to work that in is I'm going to put the $20 into my grocery budget since it's food related. So whatever I schedule out for groceries, $20 will be for Weight Watchers. So I'm happy to say that I have had a blue dot every day except one day, and that was Saturday. Was that Saturday? I think that was Saturday when I had 2 slices of pizza. So I went over by about 15 points, but I had 52 weekly points because I rolled over 10 points from the week. So I'm doing okay on that. I weighed in today. When I originally joined up, I joined up at 201 because that was the last weight that I could remember me taking. So when I weighed this morning, I was 202.4. So that put me up 1.4 pounds, but I'm still down from I had been at 206 for like 3 months, and I just could not move past 206. It would not move. So from that time to now, I'm down about 4 pounds, and I was down to 201, which was 5 pounds. But I'm thinking that this is really going to be a true week to test if I'm losing or not, because from surgery week, people came in from the church and they just brought meals and different things, and I was not able to really do a lot of cooking. Standing is difficult at the moment, but I've been able to I have high bar stools that I can sit in and cook now, so that is helpful, and I'm doing all of my meals now. So I'm going to use this base weight at 202.4 moving forward to see how much weight I have lost or will be losing. I have a goal of 25 more pounds. Well, I have 27 pounds because I want to be at 175. 175 is my goal in Weight Watchers. So I'm going to keep trying to see how it's working. I'm still trying to do as low carb as I can with doing Weight Watchers. Saying that, because I'm not doing carbs, I feel like I'm not getting something that I need. And some days, and I'm not sure if it's the surgery or if it's the carbs, I feel a little lightheaded. So I'm trying to work that all out. But carbs are not good for me. I'm a carb addict. So I'm trying to stay away from them. Lots of fresh fruit, lots of veggies, lots of lean meats. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Lots of lean meats, lots of veggies, and then my digestion. So I'm trying to get that to work out and be more regulated. So you guys pray for me about that. It'll all work out. Oh, thank you so much. That was a total redo. Somebody gave us the table and chairs. Hey girl, how are you? Good to see you. So I just repainted it, and we've had it for several years. I actually would love a new set, but I'm thankful for the set that I have, and I'm not going to go out and just buy something because this serves us very well. So let me see if I told you everything, or if I've updated you as much as I think I should. My older children are coming home on the 21st. My mom will be here as well. I'm thinking that might be all of the updates, and probably after this I'll be like, oh wait, one more thing. So if you have joined us for Thursday night ladies Bible study, we are done for the year, and a lot of that is because I'm still trying to recover. And most days I feel good, but there are some days that I just don't feel good. And so instead of trying to push myself just to do, to get the Bible study in, which this would be our last week anyway with the coming holidays, because we don't do Christmas week would have been off, and then New Year's week would be off. So we're just going to cut Ladies Bible Study, and we're coming back the first Thursday in January for Ladies Bible Study. We are doing the book of Romans, but I also think we're going to maybe switch gears and do this one by Priscilla Shirer, the Life Interrupted book. I'm really feeling that God is shifting me in some areas, and I have been constantly asking him, why, Lord? This is not the plan. This is not what we talked about. We had a plan, me and you. We worked this out. You said, Shakema, this is how it's going to go, and it's not going like that. So I'm like, well, why is it that it's not going according to the way it should go? So with that being said, I think that I may shift us a little bit, and I may come back and do another live in case anybody wants to join us. Now, you don't have to read the book to join our Ladies Live Bible Study. It's online. We meet on the telephone line. We've been having some really good discussions. A lot of ladies are coming in and just joining us. Some people just want to sit there. Some people just want to be in the room and hear. Some people interject. Some don't. Some people have more on one week than other weeks. And that's just how it is. So you're welcome to come in and out. Hello, indeed. I'm like, Lord, what is you said? And yeah, he did. And he didn't tell me all of it. So you just have to chill. So I am thinking that this book right now might be what I need to know, because again, I had a plan in my head. I knew how it was all going to roll out, and it's not rolling out that way. So with that being said, I need to be still. I need to hear the voice of the Lord. I need to be able to lean in and just really hear what God is saying to me in this season. And there are a lot of women who need to hear that as well. When God called me to when God called me to preach, I cried my eyes out. I cried like a baby, because who am I, God, that anybody would listen to me? And God said, well, that's none of your business. I'm like, well, okay, if you say so. And he did say so. And I'm thankful for this platform. I've met so many wonderful people. People from YouTube have joined us on the prayer line. Some of us are on the text line together, and we just enjoy one another and just encourage each other. And so what I'm trying to do now is not move ahead of God, but I'm trying to move with God and allow him to really move me, is what I'm trying to do. If I just stay planted and rooted and grounded in the things that I know that God has called me to do, speak, say, whatever, then God's going to gently move me where I need to be moved. And as long as I do that, I'm going to be okay. So the first Thursday in January, we meet 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. So I did want to update that, just because my executive and CEO members of the group have told me that I am done for the year, because I would push myself to do it, but I really do need to focus on just really trying to get better, and I have to do a lot of prep work for the meetings. I will be speaking at my father's church, my biological father's church, on Sunday, December 31st. I will not be doing watch night service, but I'll be doing Sunday morning service. It's a fifth Sunday at his church. So I will be doing the morning service at his church. I'm honored to be asked to speak there. I've spoken there before. I've also sat on pulpit with the other visiting ministers. So I'm very honored to do that. I am very, very shy in the pulpit. Like what you see, and a lot of people think I'm very serious, and I'm not serious all the time. I am serious, but not all the time. I have a good time, but I'm very shy in the pulpit because I take that call very seriously. So excited to be asked. I'll be with him and my stepmom with them on that Sunday. My sister will be traveling with me. My kids will be with me as well. And so we're just going to go, and I'm going to be speaking out of the book of Esther. And I'm going to be speaking a message that God gave me many, many months ago, live in your witness. You have to live what you say. If it comes out of your mouth and you're not living it, then don't let it come out of your mouth. It has to be as close to the truth as possible. And so I'm just excited about that, and the opportunity to go speak and share and then come home. I'm probably going to spend watch night at a friend's church. Just going to go and hang out with some friends. But anyway, that is all I had for you guys. I just wanted to update you all, let you know how I was doing and how the kids are. The kids are fine. The kids are somewhere running up my electric bill with the lights on, and they're probably in their rooms. Miss Grace has laid down for the night, so we are pretty much done. I'm going to go put some grades in, and that's it. So if I don't see you guys live again, have a Merry, Merry Christmas. We are so glad that you have chosen to come and join us. We are trying to get 3,000 members by January 1st. We are so close. We have about 81 members to go, or 81 subscribers, members like I'm in church. 81 subscribers to go. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us. We are excited to have you. Merry Christmas to you and your family. We love you. When I respond to comments, I want to be like, love you, because I do. I love you. I don't know you, haven't met you guys, but I feel the love of the Lord in my heart for God's people. So good night, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye.